Jadav is back at it here to give everyone another Breaking Bad Season 4 episode reaction video. Before I get into that, though, it's pretty important if you're not caught up to the point where I am in rewatching or watching Breaking Bad, or you're just not entirely sure, then you should take the initiative and pay attention to the episode title, which, of course, I'll say and I'll add in the description for you if that happens to be the case and you're not caught up. It would be my recommendation that you don't watch this video any further just to stay away from any potential spoilers. This is going to be Breaking Bad Season 4, Episode number 10. Title of this episode is called Salud. This is going to be my reaction review recap after just finishing watching the episode. We start off with Jesse, Mike, and Gus taking a chartered plane to Mexico so Jesse can teach the cartel how to cook Walt's blue meth formula. Now, the cartel chief chemist is initially skeptical because Jesse cannot synthesize the acid, but the cartel is impressed when Jesse cooks a successful batch. I believe the percentage was 96.2%. Now, Jesse is horrified to hear the cartel state that they now own him and that he will now cook for them going forward. Now, later in the episode, Mike tells Jesse and reassures him that either the three of them will leave together or none of them will. And also, it is Walter Jr.'s birthday, but Walt never arrives to help Skyler present the birthday gift, a Chrysler PT Cruiser, which he is less than thrilled and excited about because his old car, the Dodge Challenger that he had. So, concerned about his father, Walter Jr. pays him a visit only to find him bloodied on painkillers and alcohol. Now, Walt blames it on gambling, which was a weird cover, but it worked. He tearfully apologizes to Walter Jr., but accidentally calls Walter Jr. Jesse before drifting off to sleep. Now, the next morning, Walt finds Walter Jr. on the couch and apologizes to him for his drugged state, saying he does not want to be remembered that way after he's gone. However, Walter Jr. actually says that he seems to be more satisfied with Walt's apparent truthfulness than his double life that he's been doing for the past year. Ted Beneke, of course, we know that he's unable to pay his back taxes to the IRS, which in turn raises Skyler's concerns of being investigated herself. She convinces Saul Goodman, who's very skeptical, to tell Ted of an inheritance from a fictitious aunt that left money to Ted Beneke's father, but Ted Beneke's father's dead, so it goes he's the next heir to the inheritance. So he gets the money from Saul. Instead of paying off the IRS, though, Ted uses the money to lease a new Mercedes-Benz and restarts Beneke Fabrications, forcing Skyler to tell him that the money actually came from her. But Ted didn't really seem to care. Like, he has the money now, so he doesn't care. And then Jesse, Mike, and Gus are brought to the place of Don Helado, where Gus and Helado make peace, capped off with a bottle of rare tequila from Gus. As Helado and his henchmen party, Gus decides to go to the bathroom, calmly induces himself to vomit. The tequila was actually poisoned, and everybody who drank it collapses. Gus, who is affected despite taking the activated Carachol and vomiting, tells the surviving henchmen that Helado and his men are dead, and they therefore are no longer have reason to fight, suggesting they leave with whatever riches they can carry. Most remaining cartel soldiers then flee. As the trio escapes, Mike is shot by one of the enforcers, who's actually Hector Salamanca's grandson. Jesse kills Hector Salamanca's grandson and then drives the weakened Gus and the wounded Mike away from Don Helado's palace of sorts, and that's how the episode ends. So pretty crazy episode with the whole Mike, Jesse, and Gus thing. Jesse snapping on the cartel chemist and telling him this is how shit has to go because I'm surprised my boss didn't fire your ass. It's a pretty good episode. The stuff with Walter Jr. and Walt was actually one of the best moments for Walter Jr. in the series, in my opinion, because honestly, I hate his character. Now, maybe my opinion will change on him with the season 5 and the couple episodes we have left of season 4, but he annoys me. But this episode, he was actually really good. Surprisingly, I almost had to give him the character of the episode, but what Gus did, you have to give it to Gus. He poisoned himself just to kill off all the cartel people. So I'm going to give the episode a 9.4 out of 10. Gus is the character of the episode, no surprise there, although Jesse and Walter Jr. could have some claim to that. Even Skyler, for starts, giving Ted Bennigan money, but nah, that wouldn't work out. So you've heard what I have to say. Now it is your turn. It's your time to shine. If you're a fan of Breaking Bad, which I know you are, make sure you smash that like button. Come on. It doesn't hurt. Smash it takes all but a half a second. If you know anybody that would be interested in this, go ahead and share the video with them. Don't forget to sound off in the comment section about your thoughts on the episode, your score, if you can remember a lot about it. If you want to talk about other Breaking Bad stuff, such as other episodes, your favorite characters, Better Call Saul, El Camino Breaking Bad movie, whatever you want to talk about, just make sure you leave that in the comment section. I always respond to any and all comments, unless there's an overwhelming number of them, which doesn't usually happen. My Shameless review has an overwhelming number of comments, in my opinion. So, and then, of course, last but certainly not least, I want to grow this channel. Don't forget to hit that sub button, subscribe to the channel, join the team, show your damn support, be a part of something special. It's special. It's getting there, at least. And, of course, JDev will return.